Hello friends, it's Sherry. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel and welcome to Tassel Tuesday. So yeah, it's Tuesday already. We had a day off yesterday and so back to work, but I made a couple little, I'm making a tassel today with you, and I am going to show you a tassel I already made. I'm using some of my N Beads goodies, and so I just want to let you know that this is a open collab hosted by Jovi with Creating with Jovi. She will have all the participants linked below her video, and I try to also link their channels at least below my video, so you can check all the different tassels out and get great ideas for creating tassels. But yeah, I got some goodies from nbeads.com, and they sent me a lot of stuff to try out. And so last week I made tassels or a tassel with the nbeads goodies, and this week I already made this tassel here. I used this little bead cap here. It's these little bronze beauties. They're so pretty. These little bead toppers or tassel toppers. So I used that here. I'm going to show you how I put it on and what I learned in using this, because I tried to use it last week and I had too much to put into it, so it didn't work out. So I had to use another tassel topper. But then on top of this little piece, I used some of the flowers, the flower beads that I got, received from N Beads. And I'm saying N as in Nancy, just in case you hadn't heard of it before. But I'll have nbeads.com linked below, and all the products that I'm using and all the products that I received from them to demonstrate, and a coupon for you. So just check out, they have a great coupon, and you can get all those links below my video. But besides the flower beads, see, last week I used the butterflies. These are these sparkly, pretty butterflies that I used last week's tassel. So this week I wanted to use the flower beads, so I used them here. And then I used some of the chain to attach, besides these pretty fibers. These are the last of my fibers from GS Mueller Designs that she sent me these actually. This is the Turquoise Dreams bundle that she named after my channel. So awesome, right? And then so this is the chain here that I received. Let me show you up close. It's a nice kind of flat chain and smooth, so it doesn't catch on anything, and just a linked chain, and it's bronze. And then I attached one of the little cabochon keys. So I'm going to show you how I made that today. There's a little piece of, it's a little piece of napkin inside that I used to decorate under there and under the glass. And then another little, this is a little one of the little girl charms from N Beads. And then I put another little on the end of that chain, a little flower down here to match the flowers on top. So there's 3 things hanging from the chain, and the chain is hanging from the little tassel topper. So I'm going to show you some of that, how I did some of that. So I received some fibers this past week from a friend in Happy Mail, and I put them all together. I don't think she intended for me to use them all together, because the little card that they were on said random fibers, right? But look how pretty they all are together. So yeah, I'm going to gather them up with, I think I have some yarn here. I think I can do it with that. Well, no, that might not be long enough. Yeah, I guess I better use I used wax cord on the other one, and so I better use my wax cord so I make sure I have enough. So let me get a good long piece here and pull that out. We can always cut off the extra. So I'm using that. That's just something I have, I keep in my craft room. I keep some assorted, wax cord to bind my journals, so it's nice for other things too, though, right? So then I just, gather this up, kind of try to get this wax cord in the middle, pick it up, look to see if I have everything even and where I want it. Really, it's where I want it. It's just a matter of making sure everything's not, there's no really long piece sticking down. anywhere. So I think we're pretty much good to go. Let me see this one right here. This one looks like it needs to be pulled, if that's the one. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, let me pull on this one a little bit. Nope, that one needs to be pulled down a little bit here. That one's short. And this one's a little short over here. And I think we're good after that. I think we're good. And we can always trim it if there's anything hanging too far down too. So let's get going on this. So the next what I did was tie a double knot right here at the top. Get this all nice and tied together. So just a double knot like that. 1 knot, 2 knots. And then I took my little bronze piece, and the key is to, which I think was what I did, is just to bring up, see this is some of the bead tassel tops or bead caps that you might use on a tassel are solid all the way around. So this one you have to really make sure of how you're going to attach it, right? And so what I did was I brought this up and I made sure I had fibers that would kind of fit up in here, you know what I mean? So see how these kind of fit up in there, and they're not too bulky. They kind of fit right up in there. Okay, so what I did then to attach this, see it's just hollow in the back, it's just empty there. So I took my little strings, I can take them off for a minute here, and fed them through. There's 2 little holes here at the top of this bead cap. So there's like a center hole. They're tiny, so you're not going to be able to see them probably, but there's a 1 hole here, and on either side of the 1 hole there's 2 holes. So I went in with my little, and it's good to use, you know, thin string for this so you can get it in the holes. In fact, these might even be too fat. I might have to cut the end off here or something and make sure it's just nice and tight. Okay, I think that's good. So let me see if I can get it in there. Takes a little bit of fussing around with it. There we go. I got that one. So there's one. Now I've got to put the other one in the other side. I felt like, you know, I mean, I guess you could do 1, but I didn't try 1, like 1 up through the top or putting both of these through the top. I just felt like putting 1 through each of these holes would be nice and solid, you know what I mean? And then I could tie a knot here. So that's a good thing about having 2 strings. I can tie a knot. Once I get this down, I'm going to tie a knot. And if you had 1 string, you know, you couldn't tie a knot. And so I don't know how you would keep it on, you know what I mean? So decide where you want it. Well, you kind of have it where you want it once you put the strings in there. See how it's kind of on there nice and tight now? And it's on there. You know, it's pulled down tight. So I'm going to tie, I always tie a double knot, because especially in wax cord, because you know how wax cord is kind of slippery and that knot comes loose sometimes. In fact, if you're worried about it, you can put a little art glitter glue on there and just help that to hold that knot so it doesn't loosen up, you know, the wax cord knot. So, okay, there we go. Now, let's see, what else do I want to do here? I kind of wanted to leave it like this just for the length of the video. I didn't want to get too complicated. So what I'm going to do for this one is just tie a little knot up here again and tie a loop. So this will be a little hanger for this one. I might put a, you know what I could do is have an option here of putting a lobster claw clasp on here just as an option. You know, you can hang it from the loop or a lobster claw clasp, or someone got this and they wanted to hang it from the loop and they didn't really want to use the lobster claw clasp on here. They could just take it off, you know. This wax cord comes untied, like I said, pretty easily. If I ever need to untie it, I just use my little awl or my pokey tool, you know, that I use to bind my journals. I just can get that little point I have a real thin one, so I can get that little point right in between the knot and loosen up a knot if I ever need to. Okay, let me see if I can get this in the right place here. I want it toward the top so it's not like hanging wrong. Okay. I want a nice loop though too, so I think that's good. All right, so we have options here: loop or lobster claw clasp on the hanger part. Here we go, and I got the lobster claw clasp from Beads too. They have some. I got two different sizes. I showed you in my unboxing video. So I think I'm going to at this point, what I would do, I will make sure this knot is nice and tight first of all, and make sure that's nice and tight because I want to cut these strings off. I think I'm going to put a little art glitter glue on here. Well, just because I don't want I think you could probably still get it loose if somebody wanted to. I just don't want, once I cut my strings here, I don't want that knot to come loose, you know what I mean? And wax cord kind of sometimes will come loose on you especially if you're moving it around, or I don't know. I just would feel better with a little glue on here, if you know what I mean. So there we go. I think that's all that's needed. I'm going to let that dry over to the side before I cut off the strings. But look how pretty with those fibers, just random fibers. You don't have to have anything super matchy or anything. Kind of looks kind of boho-ish with all the colors. So next I wanted to show you, well, let me show you this. I made this also to hang on here. So this is going to be the little hanger on this one. I just made this with this chain that I also received from Beads. It's a ball chain. It's real tiny, you know, tiny little balls on there. And I got a bunch of it here. So when I first got this, I was like, I wanted to see if these beads would fit over the ball chain. And sure enough, they did. These flower beads did. And then I used some of those, and I got in between the flower beads, I have these spacer beads, which I got a little packet of those from Beads. So I've got one here on the end, on either end, and in the middle of the flowers, and that, you know, that everything's bronze, so it all matches. It looks really nice. And I picked up on my own some little ball chain connectors that would fit onto this ball chain. I got that from Amazon. And so it stops it from coming off, you know what I mean? That's the stopper down here. The little connector, the little ball chain connector. So I put one on both ends, the little ball chain connectors. And then I put a little bulb pin through this little bead spacer right there. So the idea now is just to hang it right here from the end of this little tassel topper, and there's a little hole right there, perfect for putting something through there, right? So I can do it like that, or I can turn, let me see how if this would turn around at all. Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, sometimes it hangs better if it, you know, you can try it both ways and see which way it hangs better. Let's see if it hangs nice that way. Yeah, I think it does. It's that is a little bit bigger on the top, so it kind of, yeah, it hangs nice though. I think it hangs nice. If somebody got this, they didn't like that, all you have to do is turn this around and hang it the other way from the other end of the bulb pin, you know what I mean? Like that. Either way. So I think I kind of like the other way better though. Let's turn it around again. I think I like that other way. Okay, so we're going to stop doing this and work on a key here in just a second. Let me get that pulled down there. Okay, so everything is together here, and we have a pretty flower embellishment and everything. And so I'm just going to show you, I'm not putting the key on this one. I could, but I think it might be overkill for this one because we've got all these flowers. But I just wanted to show you how I did the little key while we're here. and since it's on the other tassel, and it's really super easy. I got some fibers here from the tassel, but yeah, super easy and quick, really. So I got these little bronze keys, and they're like little charms. Okay, and all I did was take a piece of napkin. I took the top layer off my napkin here. I just wanted to use something with pretty colors, really, and so that the pretty colors would come through. Let's use this pink part of this butterfly here. I'm going to tear a piece off because you're not really seeing the butterfly or anything. That space in the key is so small. And maybe I'll try a letter or number later, but for right now I was just trying this. So all I did was use my art glitter glue underneath this piece of napkin. So let me put a little bit of art glitter glue. It doesn't take very much. In fact, that napkin is way too big for this little key, but let me just get this going. Okay, so I'm going to put a little glue in here. Not too much. It's kind of like you're using it. You could use Mod Podge if you want for this, probably. I'm just using this because I have it out. So, and I used it on the other one and it worked fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. So we have lots of color here. And then I'm going to just tear this napkin off around my little, it's a little heart shape key, you know, where the napkin goes. So I'm going to tear this napkin off. I'm kind of pushing it down into the space there, the little heart space, with my fingernail as I'm tearing the napkin off. Okay, so I've got all that off pretty much. Let's see. I'll scrape a little bit more off there. It's very small bits, but I want it to be smooth here. And so I think that is good. I don't need, see, there's a little bit on the key here. I don't need that coming down on the key. I need it to really just be inside of that little heart. Okay, so now I've got that in there. So then I just put some of this art glitter glue around the edges. I contemplated putting it around on the whole thing, but this kind of almost goes on the whole thing because it's such a small space anyway, but I just put it around the edges. Okay, let me put this down here for you to see the little glass. These are the little glass hearts that you put over top here. And those that comes as a set, you know, the hearts and the keys. And then you can do whatever you want inside the key, right? So I just push that down and let it dry. And art glitter glue dries clear. And so I had no problem with that holding fast and, you know, everything staying together. So then I just added that to my other tassel with a bulb pin again. You know, I just clipped it on that chain. So that's how I did those. And I think that's everything I wanted to show you tonight. I did, this is the chain, the flat chain that I used on the other one, just so you can get a good look at it and see how it is, because it's really really neat. I don't think I've ever had, I think I've maybe had a necklace like this once, so it would make a great necklace too, but or a bracelet. But yeah, it really worked out well for the tassel. And then this is the little girl, how the little girls come, little girl charms. They almost look like Holly Hobby because she has a bonnet. This little girl is a charm, and it has a, be great probably for a Holly Hobby journal. These little charms with the little girl has a, you know, big kind of bonnet on there and a little dress. So cute. And so yeah, that pretty much finishes off our tassel for this week. So this one I made before the video. And let me turn it around where the charms are right here. And my main focus and goal was to use these tassel toppers and figure out how they worked. And that's why I did this one beforehand. Took quite a while here at my craft table figuring that out so I could show you how I use that. So, oh, and this is dry now, so we can cut off these little strings. And you can see what it looks like without this extra string on here. I kind of want to I want to cut it pretty close, but I don't want to cut it too close. You know what I mean? I think that's good. Yeah. I mean, I could still like grab those there's two little ends that I can still grab and tighten if I need to. I feel like whoever gets that, if they can cut that off if they want. But yeah, so that one is done. We've got the flowers here, and this one has the chain with the little charm, the 3 charms. So these will be in my shop hopefully when you see this video. I'm doing this video kind of late on Monday night, so if I don't fall asleep first, they will be in my shop. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the end beads demonstration. And if you want to check out all the participants, I'll just remind you about that and the coupon. And Envy's has so much stuff. That's why I was able to, and their prices are so good. That's why I was able to get so many things for this demonstration. I have to do some more. I don't have to do more, but I need to do more because I have more things to show you. So I will be doing 1 or 2 more videos for end beads, and so you can look forward to that. And I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day and happy crafting.